What's going on, YouTube? I got something new today. This is my Paladin. I kind of just mess around on this Paladin, not really a main character I have. Just when I get bored, I always get on this one to do something. But I had a video the other day come out with just this Paladin in a dungeon, and I kind of want to go over what I was doing since there was no commentary. It's a Retribution Paladin. My talents are as follows. I have Zeal on level 15, Blade of Wrath, and Fist of Justice. Blade of Wrath is a good talent because, you know, it coincides with Art of War, which is one of your abilities right here that auto attacks reset the cooldown. Next 3 auto attacks to occur 30% faster. That will stack with your Art of War. Basically, auto attacks have a chance to reset. You're attacking 30% faster. You're gonna have a 30% quicker of a Blade of Wrath, and then if you put another point here in the Blade of Wrath, Art of War resets it 100% more often. So basically, it's one flow of Art of War, Blade of Wrath with your auto attack, and then that also it buffs it by 100% and increases the damage by 25%, which I mean is a big deal. So I'll go over my rotation in a dungeon with this Paladin to maximize your DPS. You will be at the top of the DPS meter. It's fairly simple. It's based off of Holy Power, which is this add-on right here. It's basically a combo bar, so I don't have to stare way down here at this. It will tell me how much Holy Power I have. Blade of Justice gives you 2. Judgment gives you 1, and Crusader Strike gives you 1, but it has two charges. Let's say this is a boss. Let me wait for this cooldown. Basically, when the fight starts, if you're at range like this, you can use... I always like to open with a Judgment into a Blade, into a Templar's Verdict, and by then I should have another proc, which will give me another Templar's Verdict. And then basically you're just going through this, and I'm waiting for this to proc. If it doesn't proc, I use it to get the 2 Holy Power. Now that I have it proc, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Verdict and then use my proc. So that way I'm constantly rotating my Holy Power. I always have Holy Power. Right now I'm at a dry point, nothing to do, but it procced, so we're good. So we're just gonna keep going through it like this. So when you're going to start the fight, your auto attacks have a chance through Art of War to reset the cooldown like that right there. So that's going to give me 2 automatically. Now I can hit with a Crusader, and then I want to go into, if I'm single target, like a boss, I'm going to straight Templar Verdict. Now I'm resetting 0, so I'm going to use my Blade of Justice again. My Crusader Strike, now I have 3 again. So I'm going to do that. That's your rotation. Save your Judgment for when you're on cooldowns, and now you're just gonna keep going through this basic rotation. And see, now I have 2 Holy Power, but this is on cooldown, or this is ready. It procced, but it'll give you 2. So I'm just gonna use a Crusader Strike, and then that, and then your Blade. You don't want to overbuild your Holy Power because it's a waste. So like what I'm doing here is I'm just going through building Holy Power off of those 2. Whenever you're fighting multiple targets, use Divine Storm instead of Templar's Verdict. It's the same rotation, but you're just going to use Divine Storm instead. So we'll build 2, we'll Divine Storm, we'll hit one of those, we'll build 2, we'll hit Divine Storm, we'll hit another Crusader Strike, another one, a Judgment, a Divine Storm. That brings us our cooldown on that. That's your rotation. Now there are dry times, like right now I'm kind of in a dry situation where I can't really do anything. And that's typical. Every class has a dry moment. Just don't screw up your rotation just because you're in a dry moment. Just wait, you know, what's that 1 second gonna matter? Your priority is always gonna be Blade of Justice. unless you have more than 2 holy power. If you have more than 2 holy power, you're either going to go with Crusader Strike or Judgment. You can open with Blade to get your 2 points and then a Crusader, or you can open with a Judgment to get 1 point and then a Crusader Strike and then your Templar's Verdict. So we're going to jump into a dungeon. See, I'm going to burn a bunch of holy power right here just to kind of show you guys what I mean about wasting. You don't want to waste your holy power, because you'll DPS yourself into nothing to do. Like right now, I have nothing to do. So just go through the rotation, keep your 3 holy power, and that's it. So let's jump into a dungeon. I don't know which one. I'll just go ahead and queue for whatever comes up. Let's find group. There's a lot we can go into, and we're gonna go over more rotations in the dungeon. It's already in progress. Go ahead and open. Try to do as much DPS as we can. Full holy power. Is it? Yeah, it's already. Are there any quests? I might have already done these. Looks like he's gonna pull these over here. We're gonna do our typical opener. He's not holding aggro. I'm not sure what's happening right now. So let's do some DPS real quick. Anytime there's more than 1 target, I'm always gonna use Divine Storm. Always. There's no reason not to. It's just, yeah, I mean, why not? Keep doing our DPS, beat down this guy while he chases the tank. See. Keep doing your rotation. Don't worry so much about what's going on. Focus on your rotation. Focus on the pattern. It's really all you pretty much would have to do. Just focus on your pattern. And hope for the best. I mean, really. So yeah, I'm sitting on 3 holy powers, so we need to, you always want to try to use up your holy power as soon as you possibly can. This is a single target, so we're gonna go through our standard. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm kind of dry right now with nothing to do. This looks like it'll be a good pool. So we're gonna go ahead and target this one, get our Divine Storm in. Same thing. Dry spell. Just go through your rotation. Crusader Strike, and then I'm going to hit my Divine Storm, and then I'm going to hit my Blade, which will give me another 3 holy power. And that's pretty much where it's at. Because he's about center of everything. Okay, he's going to pull this. And our Hunter just ran in to all those. So we're going to pop all of our cooldowns right here. Just gonna DPS as much as possible. We have another patrol coming. I'm gonna hit my bubble because I'm taking a lot of damage. Not want to be the healer in this group. I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself a little bit. yourself again. We're gonna focus on this guy. I don't know why the tank keeps running side to side. Fairly annoying. As a tank, I would not do that. Either stand your ground and be a tank, or play a different class. That on. More than one target, so we're going to Templar Verdict. Wait for our sword. Templar Verdict again. Build up our 3 holy power. Templar Verdict. Or am I even saying that right? Divine Storm, sorry. I get those mixed up. Divine Storm. I don't know why I won't target him, but we got him. Divine Storm. Divine Storm again. We have an add. Switch targets. As a paladin, you want to focus on the mob that has the most HP at the time. This is a boss pool. We already have our holy power. We're gonna run in with a divine storm. Now that we've got the adds away, we're gonna go ahead and just single target our rotation. I'm at a dry spell where I have nothing to cast. Alright, 4 abilities. This would be a good pool for us right here. Keep going through your... I'm at a drop point. I shouldn't have used the... Anytime there's more than 2, I say anytime there's more than 1, I use my Divine Storm. I'm at a drop point. I don't like this. I don't like what this guy's doing. I guess he doesn't know how to stagger. So. Hopefully we'll get a proc on our sword before this is over, but it does. Oh, we did. Perfect. And we have some casters, so we're going to interrupt them if we can. Remember Divine Storm. Templar's Verdict on 1 with our Blade of Justice ability. Okay. I don't know what did... Stop it! Can't move. I'm gonna get rid of this ad. I'm gonna work on this guy. DPS in here. Wait on our abilities. Change targets to something with higher HP. Work on that one. Find our next target. He's almost dead. And he's dead. We have a caster over here. Go ahead and get him. I think we have another one here. Let me go ahead. I'm going to work on this guy myself, because I don't really honestly feel like chasing him all over the place. So, yeah. When in doubt, do it yourself. You know? Let's be honest. I'm going to stun him and finish him off. Alright, so, yeah, this is a tough group. This is a tough time. We're going to open with our Justice, our Judgment, put up our Holy Power, switch to a higher HP target, go through our rotation, hope we get our proc. Good. We've been getting our procs pretty good actually. We have another proc. We're going to do that. We're down to one target. We're going to beat that one and that. Get the caster in the back. Go through your rotation for multiple targets. We're about to switch targets. And we're gonna wait for him to die. That's pretty much it. This is another kind of boss type thing. Single target this guy. Give him everything you got basically. Go through your standard single target rotation. He is stunnable. Hopefully we'll get a proc on our Blade of Justice. Come on, proc for me. That's good. Right. So we got a proc, but I'm gonna go ahead and burn the 3 I have. I'm gonna interrupt any of his abilities that he's gonna cast. We have 3, so we're gonna burn it and then hit our Blade of Justice. Crusader, Blade of Justice, Templar Verdict, Crusader Strike, Judgment, which missed. I'm gonna stun him. Try to get the finish in. There we go, perfect. Now we're gonna fight these. Judgment, wait for your proc, Divine Storm, wait for your proc, Divine Storm, Crusader Strike, proc, Divine Storm. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's a basic, very, very basic. Once you get those 3, pretty simple. We're gonna single target this guy. Our rotation's going pretty good. Waiting for a proc. Waiting for a proc. We didn't get a proc. We got a proc now. Going to a Judgment. Got a proc. There are ads, I think, but I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to single target the boss down. Use our proc in conjunction with our Crusader Strike for our Templar Verdict. I'm gonna stun him because I'm not gonna let the warrior or the monk just run him all over the place. That's extremely annoying when I'm having to chase something to hit it. he's almost dead anyway. Got our proc. Finish it. We didn't get to finish it. Alright, so I'm gonna switch back over to current segment so you get to see more of in detail of what's actually happening. Looks like he has a pool coming. There's 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and open. We have our proc. Divine Storm into a proc. To another Divine Storm. We're gonna go ahead and put our bubble on. Since we still have aggro. To another Divine Storm. We're gonna have to heal here because our priest is not, and that's fine. Interrupt that mind play. Kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on right now because we're in a stairwell. You know, I always say never play in stairwells. You can get hurt. We're gonna finish off this guy. We're gonna try to interrupt this person. Do single targets on these. Go do your typical rotation. Wait for your proc and Divine Storms. Divine Storm into a proc, into a Judgment, into another Divine Storm. A proc, hopefully, which we did not get. Single target, since there's only one, and single target again. We're not gonna get a proc. So, yeah. It's pretty simple. Why did he do that? Not sure why he just pulled. But we're gonna fight it out, yeah? That's what we do. I do not have my shield yet. I'm gonna start a heal. Pop my shield. Divine Storm into single target. That's that. Final boss, big guy. Yeah, looks like a demon hunter. Whatever. Nazar. I don't know his name. Whatever. Anyway, single target, totally on him. Go ahead and try to get some holy power. Trinket. I'm gonna save my proc. Just like this. Waiting, we're waiting. No proc yet. Still no proc. It's okay. Burn through. We have a proc. I'm gonna go ahead and burn that. Perfect time for a proc. We are feared, but I cannot use my thing. That's weird. We're gonna beat on him from our horse. Try to stay behind your opponent. You have a higher chance to crit on your opponent when you're behind them. Ah. Was that close? Alright, cool. That's the end of that. Alright, so let's go over our numbers real quick, and I'll, let's go to overall data. We have, a DPS total of 317. which isn't much, but I mean, I'm level 50. Our numbers are pretty much as follows. Our Divine Storm, of course, is our AoE ability. We always get that the most. Our melee attacks is, you know, 18% of our damage, which is amazing. And our Templar Verdict's a little low. I wish I would have got a few more of those off on people. And I wish I would have got some more Crusader Strikes or Judgment off on people. Those are two things I would like to build up a little bit more. Our Divine Storm actually did really good. You know, it hit 445 times with an average of 353. It has a decent crit rate of 17%. It could be a lot better. Our Templar Verdict is 18% crit, and our Crusader is 27% crit. That's why I wanted to get more of those off. Tendency to, you know, you have more of a crit rate on Crusader. So we'll have to work on that in the next one. So basically your numbers, what you're looking for is to always be in first, obviously. But if you know things you can work on, like, you don't want a big gap between your numbers. Like, I don't really have that big of a gap. You know, 18, 15, 14, 10, 6. You know, if there was a gap of like 29 and 10, then you would have a real problem. You need to figure out what you can fill in on. But it's pretty simple. Go through those three. You're going to always open with either a Judgment or a Blade into a Crusader. If you don't get a proc, at least you have, you know, if you go from a Judgment to a Blade, you're going to have your 3 to go ahead and Templar Verdict. Pretty much it. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, hit the like button and the sub button. And I'll have some more stuff like this too. Got some big things coming, I hope. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and have a good day.